Hi, I'm Leon Lovelace, and this is Unstoppable Force. I got a news story for you, and it's from the Raleigh News and Observer, and it's about how the federal judges ordered to fix the racist gerrymandering. Okay, North Carolina will not have special elections in 2017 in new state legislative districts, but 3 federal judges ordered lawmakers to draw boundaries to correct what they have ruled to be unconstitutional racial gerrymanders by September 1st. At a hearing in Greensboro last week, attorneys for legislative leaders asked the judges to give lawmakers until November 15th to approve new maps. Because, of course, they want to just make sure that all the racist shit that they've done with the gerrymandering stays in place as long as they can. Got to make sure they could fuck the voters over. Okay. U.S. District Judge Catherine Eagles, an Obama appointee in the U.S. Middle District of NC, and Judge James Wendt, an Obama appointee in the 4th U.S. Court of Appeals, raised concerns at the 3-hour hearing at the lawmakers' delay in producing new maps. Here's a quote. "We agree with plaintiffs that the General Assembly already has had ample time to enact a remedial redistricting plan," the judges said in their unanimous ruling. "We also agree that constitutionally adequate districts should be enacted as quickly as possible to protect the rights of North Carolina citizens and minimize any chilling effect on the political participation attributable to the continued absence of a redistricting plan in the face of finding of unconstitutional racial gerrymandering." It was a year ago in August when the judges ruled against the lawmakers, finding that 28 of the 170 districts used to elect North Carolina's General Assembly members were drawn to weaken the influence of black voters across the state. Then in November, after lawmakers had not taken any action to correct the unconstitutional districts, the 3-judge panel ordered new maps to be drawn in special elections held in any changed districts by March of 2017. So of course it's interesting that racial gerrymandering is one of the most serious problems we have with our corrupt election, our corrupt political system right now. Maybe it's always actually been like that. It was always one of the more serious problems, along with, of course, just blocking people from voting based on race, that kind of thing. But one of the more serious crimes that are being committed, taking political power away from people, and nobody's punished for that. Versus, people want to steal, a handful of candy or some shit, and they get thrown in jail immediately. And that, of course, that just hurts the pocket of some big corporation by just, a few pennies or something. And at least the right wing talks about, oh, that's so serious. Petty crime, petty theft is such a serious problem, but oppressing people's voting abilities and their political power, of course, yeah, we don't need to punish somebody over that. It's fine. All right, the lawmakers appealed to the U.S. Supreme Court, which put a halt to the previously ordered 2017 elections. In June, the justices unanimously affirmed the 3 judges panel finding that lawmakers had packed too many African Americans into 28 districts. All right, this is a really important part because I was thinking that maybe because of the Voting Rights Act getting scrapped, that legislators wouldn't have to do this, but this is really good that they're actually forced to do this, because in the schedule included in the court issued Monday, the federal judges told lawmakers that within a week of enacting new district plans, they must share the maps with the court, include any accompanying transcripts and documents. The challengers then will have until September 15th to file any objections to the new plans and submit any alternatives. So they can't just pretty much only change it from having 20 of the districts being way too racially gerrymandered to only having 27 being racially gerrymandering, and the federal court will approve it. Or it'll be approved just like that, because federal court's still going to say, you know what, you guys still fucked up. Go back and make sure that none of them are racially gerrymandered. So it's good that the federal court has to approve it, because that was some of the important laws that was in the civil the Civil Voting Rights Act of 1965 was that the federal courts had to overwatch any of the southern states' voting laws to make sure they weren't discriminating based on race, because they had done that in the past. Fortunately, the federal court couldn't say that Thomas Hofeller, a veteran mapmaker for the party, the Republican Party, to help with redrawing the district. Hofeller was behind the 2011 maps. So it's unfortunately that the federal courts couldn't say, Hofeller can't draw because he, committed a crime by racially discriminating against black voters by making their votes less powerful. Of course, he should be arrested. He should have been charged with, some kind of crime about suppressing minorities and their voting rights and not their voting rights, but their voting power, that sort of stuff. Because I don't know if he was behind the racist voter ID laws, but definitely he could have been charged with a crime for that. Or maybe they just need to write in laws, federal laws, about how you can't racially gerrymander districts, and if you do, you're going to be charged with a crime and be thrown in jail. Yep, sorry, gotta try to get my camera situation fixed. Alright, so thanks for watching.